It is time for another episode of Your Real Life Organized. And since we're coming up on spooky season, Halloween stuff, I thought I would show you guys how I use Informant to sort through all of my Halloween things. I've got children, and trick-or-treating is a super big deal, so there's a lot to keep up with. Big shout out to Stephanie, one of our customers, who did give us some feedback and said that as I go through some of these items that I use, it would be great if I gave a little more detail on how to actually do those things. And so I am going to try to do that in this video. Stephanie has a son, Dracula Drake, who's coming up on a birthday the day before Halloween. So we'd like to give a big shout out. Happy birthday to Drake. So now let's get into it. For Halloween, I don't use typically a lot of events, mostly because the events that come up, like the trunk or treats or whatever, it's a bit early in the season, so I don't know the dates for those. Now, obviously, if you want to create an event, you just tap that plus sign, tap the event, and start adding in that information. But since I don't actually have any of that information yet, I don't really have any events, but you know what's coming. Projects. Love them. I can't say enough about them. But I'm actually going to show you a couple of other things that you can use in conjunction with your projects to make things a little bit easier and sometimes just a bit quicker. So here we go. Our project, we've got our Halloween project. And of course, this is all the stuff that I've got to do for Halloween. Tomorrow, I'm going to be grabbing the 12-foot skeleton that we have out of our storage space, which is like right over to the corner in our yard. We got a little storage shed. And you'll notice here that I've got where it says Halloween, it's showing you the project that this is set to save to. You'll see that little at home. That is a context, and I am going to show you how you can use those to sort through some of your tasks. So I'll show you that as soon as we get through this little list of ways that you can use Informant to keep up with your Halloween stuff. I've got a big old spider inflatable that I have to get out tomorrow, and you'll notice that I have added a note in this event, and it shows up when you pull up the little event quick view window right here. You'll see that note says that it's packed in an orange tote on the left side of the garage. If your garage is anything like mine, it is literally full of totes. And so this helps me figure out where everything is. So I've only got the one orange tote. So this is super helpful for when I pop in there to go get some of this stuff out. And then we've got the Halloween lights. Those are going up on the 7th. And then I make these skull-shaped sugar cookies. The kids love these cookies. And I have this special cookie glaze recipe that I use for these cookies that I have saved in a note. I actually had to resave it because I accidentally deleted it while I was making this video first. But I keep the icing recipe in my notes, and so I want to show you how you can do that. So if you pop into your notes, go into all notes, you'll see the cookie icing recipe here. Now, I tell people that this is, like a secret recipe because it turns out so good on the cookies. This is literally the King Arthur baking recipe. It's easily found online, but we don't tell people that. Now, I'm telling you, if you do sugar cookies for Christmas, for anything, this is the best glaze for those cookies. It spreads so well. You can add color to it really well. And if you like making those little like tie-dye designs with a toothpick, it's super great. This is the cookie icing recipe. So if you guys want to pause and take a screenshot or jot this down, I am totally okay with that. To make a note, though, you just hit that plus sign here while you're in your notes and make a new note. You can give the note a title and then go in, and in our notes, if you have rich text enabled here, you have so many options to use. You can bold your text. You can use italics, underline, all that stuff. You can also make the font a bit bigger. It won't look like it's gotten any bigger. The little line kind of stays the same. But if you start typing things in, the text is a lot bigger. The same goes for emojis. If you have the emojis set at a size, they show up a bit bigger in the notes as well. So you can change the color of your text in the notes. You can add photos, bullet points. There are a lot of options within our notes that you can use that I think maybe sometimes people aren't aware of, but it makes keeping things in your notes section so cool. I love making notes and saving them. It's super, super, super helpful. So let's go back to my Halloween project. Whoops. So costumes. Costumes are the important thing, right? So costumes, my kids always want to be something that I've never heard of, which makes it a bit difficult for me to get costumes together. This year, my daughter wants to be a character from Five Nights at Freddy's called Sun. I'd never heard of it before, but I do want to show you something cool for when this happens to you. So I always make a checklist with my kids' costume stuff set in it. And you'll see the checklist is obviously here for all the things that I need for her costume. Now, I've added a photo of the character that she wants to be into this task. So if we go into the task edit screen and scroll all the way down, you can actually see the bigger version of the photo here. It's a super weird character, right? And I've never seen it before, but hey man, whatever makes her happy. So luckily they go trick-or-treating with my next door neighbor's kid, and she's making the masks because I'm going to be honest, I don't know what I would do about that kind of thing. But you'll see that I've got everything that I need for her costumes here and kind of what I plan on doing, you know, if I can't find something. So I save that and you can boop and all that stuff shows up. And then the same thing for my son's costume. He wants to be a character from that anime Naruto, which I didn't know who he was either. So same thing. I've got everything that I need for his costume here and, you know, a picture. So if you go into the edit screen and scroll down, there is, whoops, the big photo, which is just super helpful, especially for the things that I have to home make so that I can kind of see what this character actually looks like. And if I've been able to find things like this the black cloak with the red cloud there, I did find one on Amazon, but if they didn't have one, I'd probably just get a plain black cloak and like use an iron-on or something and just home make it. But I like to put that in parentheses that I did find it on Amazon so that if I am feeling lazy that day and I don't want to home make it, I know that I can order it on Amazon. Anyway, so those are how I keep the costumes in, just so that I can see what they need to be and how I'm going to get at them. Now, what I was saying about context before, all of my Halloween stuff I do at home, making the costumes at home. If I have to order something, it's coming to my home, putting the lights up at home, making the cookies at home. That's why you see that at home context there. So now if you go back into your full task view, this view here, you'll see the contexts here. And if you pull that open, you can tap on that home context and it'll show you all of the things that you have that context attached to. So all of my Halloween stuff comes up here. It is a super great way to organize things that you do in one place. If there are a couple of things that you do at a pet store, at a library, a grocery store, you can add a context, go into that context list and open it up. And here it is. There's also clean the garage. I haven't done that yet. It's been on the list for a while, but we're not going to talk about that. So to make a context, what you're going to do is go into your task list and then you're going to tap on the contexts and then just hit that little plus button and you can add them right here. Now, another thing that I want to show you guys that is pretty cool is you can make a smart filter for your projects. If you make a smart filter for the projects, you can simply scroll down to your smart filters. See that I have this Halloween smart filter here, pop that open, and all of your Halloween stuff is right there. Whereas normally you would go into your task view, into your tasks, into your projects, and then open up the project list. I know that it's not that much faster, but it is kind of nice just to be able to, scroll down and just grab that smart filter. So it is a super, super great way to just keep everything, here. Now, like I have a smart filter for tasks that I have to do here at home. We're doing a bathroom remodel and I've got like electrical things that need to get done, plumbing things. And if I apply that smart filter, it just pulls those things right up and it just makes it easy to find things when, like you're in a hurry, just whoop down here, Halloween, boom, there's your whole list right there. There are obviously other things that you can do with Informant. Again, this is how I use Informant to keep track of things, and I feel like maybe these are some tips and tricks that you can also use in your everyday life to keep everything here, just making it easier for you. Because if you have kids, if you got pets, anything, it makes life crazy, and this is super helpful for me. So if you guys have any ideas for more videos that you would like to see, feel free to shout those out in the comments. If there are things that you have never seen with Informant and you want to know if it's possible to do it with Informant, shout that out in the comments too, and I'll see if I can do a tutorial for that as well. We are absolutely open to suggestions, anything that you guys want to see. But until next time, have a good one.